Direct labor. So in direct labor, we cover indirect labor, labor turnover, fringe benefits, job analysis, job evaluation. In production process, the labor that is engaged directly is known as direct labor. Such a labor cost can be identified with a particular product, and hence normally its allocation is to its cost center or cost unit. Examples of direct labor is wages paid to the carpenter of a furniture manufacturing concern. Next, we'll take a look at what is indirect labor. Indirect labor is labor which is not directly engaged in the production of goods and services. An example might be wages paid to sweeper, foreman, and cleaners. Indirect labor costs cannot be allocated to its cost center or cost unit. In an organization, labor turnover, so that's the next item what we are going to explain. So in an organization, the labor turnover is a percentage of change in the workforce. Some of the labor turnover is desirable since it injects fresh blood or new people into the labor force of the organization. However, a higher labor turnover may affect or disturb the production process in that organization. Whenever there is a higher labor turnover, it would mean that there is an increase felt in the cost of production. The reasons are very many, but the most important ones are the ones which are increased cost of production, since workers may take time to settle in. Volume of production is affected because disruptions to the production process. More scraps and defectives may result from manufacturing because of unfamiliarity of workers with workstations or systems that they use. Increased training cost for new workers. Inability of new workers to use machines or may render machines unusable and depreciated. So these are the different reasons why there would be a higher labor turnover. Workers may leave organization due to personal reasons, retirement, unavoidable causes, to say the least, inefficiency. Workers may also leave due to low wages, unsatisfactory work conditions, etc. There are costs incurred to prevent the workers from leaving an organization called preventive costs, which may bring down excessive labor turnover. These costs include cost to maintain the facility, cost of providing good working conditions, providing appropriate medical, housing and recreational facilities, costs incurred while providing education to workers, cost of subsidized means, canteen facilities, etc. Some other instances also exist where workers may get replaced by other workers and the cost incurred in doing so go under the head replacement costs. Also, recruitment and training costs of new workers also is written against the head replacement costs. Similarly, loss of profit due to loss of production, production scarcity due to interruptions, inefficiency of workers also may hint instances of replacement costs. Workers receive benefits by virtue of merely being employed. So that is the next item, which is fringe benefits. Some such benefits come under fringe benefits, which are non-monetary benefits that an employee receives, including medical, educational assistance, recreational and sports facilities, etc. Before a worker could take up a job in an organization, the job itself has to be subjected to job analysis and job evaluation in the organization. So that brings down to the next two topics, which is job analysis and job evaluation. So what is job analysis? What is job evaluation? Job analysis is concerned with studying nature of the job in the organization by determining about the knowledge required to perform tasks under a job, skills and responsibilities that a worker should possess to complete the job successfully. A job analysis must be complete. Now, what is job evaluation? Job evaluation, on the other hand, is determining the relative worthiness of a job, concerned with the money received while performing the job on its successful completion, the toughness of a job, and its relative ease. So this we actually covered most of the topics. Now the next topic is in direct labor is the wage payment systems. Wage payment systems are organized in a concern in such a manner that the main object must be to improve production with a direct bearing on the skills achieved by the worker, increased capacity of efforts taken by the worker, as well as capability of the worker to show more responsibility during the course of wage payment. Many different systems of wage payment exist, and one such is straight piece rate system. Now, what is this system? In this method, the worker is paid at a fixed rate for the number of units produced. There is no distinction made between efficient and less efficient workers who may produce, let us say, 50 pieces in a day, no matter the worker produces it fast or slow. The next wage payment system is based on differential piece rate system. Now, what is that? Differential piece rate system from Taylor, on the other hand, distinguishes an efficient worker from an inefficient one. It was the opinion of Taylor that an inefficient worker should be made to leave by paying him low wages, and an efficient worker retained in the organization by paying a higher wage. So that covers straight piece rate system and differential piece rate system in wage payment systems. Next, we'll take a look at what is labor productivity. At this juncture, it may make sense to talk about labor productivity. What in essence is labor productivity is the amount of output produced by the worker for a unit input. It is, in other words, an indicator of efficiency. Output may be anything, be it in terms of quantity, sales value, cost, where input may be expressed in terms of quantity, weight of raw materials to be worked upon, number of hours worked, etc. Now let us say a worker wants to take leave or paid days of absence. Wages paid during leave period is treated as an overhead, and therefore it is brought all over the production of the whole year. However, if the leave is out of necessity, the cost of leave wages is charged to jobs directly. So there are some systems also which we have to go through for labor productivity. The first one is Merrick's multiple piece rate system. So in that system, a worker's performance is rated 83% of the standard output for him or her to qualify under ordinary piece rate. So it has to be at least 83% of the standard output. Then only he qualifies under ordinary piece rate. If the performance level has to be between 83% and 100%, he will qualify 110% of ordinary rates or wages. And if the performance rate is 100% for getting 120, he'll get 120% of ordinary wages. So if it is 100%, he'll get 120% of ordinary wages. Two more important terms are important while introducing cost accounting direct labor concepts, namely Rowan plan and Halsey plan. In Halsey plan, for instance, an hourly rate is fixed for a worker, and if he or she finishes the job in less than standard time, a bonus equivalent to 50% of wages of time saved is paid. Now what about Rowan plan? In Rowan plan, the bonus is paid according to the equation which is given. Bonus is paid, which is proportional to time taken to do job and time saved and rate per hour, and is inversely proportional to the standard time. So that brings us to the end of direct labor. We have covered most of the topics in direct labor, including labor productivity. Thank you.